Tonight, you're planning on watching the ultimate soccer showdown. During the match, you'll probably drink vodka, which will lead to texting your ex and maybe dancing on the bar. You should be a little worried, but you aren't because you're not going to do any of those things. Tonight, you're going to drink differently with RK, the world's first zero-proof spirit that tastes like the real thing. All the flavor, all the burn, none of the bad decisions. Drink differently and get some RK for the match at rkbeverages.com. Like the boys on the pitch, RK is redefining what alcohol-free can taste like. RK has been distilling alcohol-free spirits since 2011, and they deliver all that familiar burn without the alcohol or the hangover. Drink differently and get some RK for the match at rkbeverages.com.
When I grow up, what should I be? A chef? A sprinkle of this? A dash of that? I'd probably eat more than I'd cook. I could be a ballet dancer. I'm not exactly graceful. I've got 2 left feet. Literally. Or what about an astronaut? Wow. Tempting, but a little far from home. Maybe I'm meant to help in a different way. Or maybe I'm destined to give someone hope.
At Dogs Inc., our puppies grow up to change lives as guide dogs, service dogs, and skilled companion dogs. Trained with love, provided at no cost, and made possible through hope.
Now that's a perfect fit.
Learn more at dogsinc.org.
WBSM presents The Ken Pittman Show. Streaming live on WBSM.com and the WBSM app. Call 508-996-0500. Now, Ken Pittman.
Heat up out there. I understand. Ryan just came in the studio. It was very comfortable when I came in prior to 9 o'clock. Ryan just waltzed in here with a couple of coffees. Thank you very much. And is telling me that it's getting hot out there.
Yes, it is, Ken.
Beautiful beach day.
I left work this morning at 3:30 this morning, Ken.
Did you tell your boss you were leaving?
It was 75.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it was a warm night last night.
Yep.
Huh. It's kind of dry. That surprises me. Usually it requires humidity.
Yeah, well, I think we're getting rain this afternoon.
Yeah, maybe some spotty showers, I guess. But, we really do need it. Although 3 or 4 inches fell not so long ago, which is real good news for the region. We were in a severe drought situation, still are, dealing with that. But, when 10% of your water supply falls in one day, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
We average 41 inches a year, and 3 to 4 inches fell in the region. So that has to have been helpful.
Yeah, there was a lot of issues on the road. When was that, Ken? This week. It was this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of problems on the roads.
Yeah, but the ground, because when the ground doesn't have water in a while, the water will beat up and stay on the surface for a while. So, it's something that we really need is some rain, and for the next week or so, we should see it 3 out of the next 6 or 7 days. I guess that's going to be welcomed, I hope. But I like when it avoids the weekends and just falls during Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's kind of cool.
Can't stop wishing that. Now it's going to rain on the weekend.
So what's the deal on County? What are they doing on County Street? Got a big project going on.
Yeah, they're doing it in phases.
Yep.
I think they completed phase 1. That's what I was reading.
And it's more. Is it retiring? What are they doing?
I don't know what they're doing.
I thought you did.
I haven't driven on County Street in a while, Ken. I know they're like doing some sidewalk repairs. Like if the sidewalk's up, they're like trying to flatten it.
Well, the mayor's declared war on the city council
that no one gets hurt
for the budget. And Boy, that's not a lot of money.
Yeah, they cut $2 million.
That's great. I mean, they were operating in a deficit, right? They find cuts, which is a responsible thing to do, and he's yelling at them. Wrote a letter and everything, Ryan. I disagreed with him. And find there's got to be some look at what are you doing with the money? Are they paving the roads in New Bedford? Because there's some really rough roads out there.
Oh, yeah,
My word. You know, Allen Street west of Rockdale is just a terrible eyesore for a main drag like that, right? And that's not even one of the top 10 worst ones. There's some people out there who are furious with their road situations.
Ken, which way are you going?
Towards Dartmouth. Once you're on Rockdale, you take a right on Allen towards Dartmouth. That road, that's badly in need of repairs. But again, that's a main road. There are some roads that are just unbelievable when you're on them. You say, did you call the city hall?
Ken, doesn't that like I know there's a when you take a right from Rockdale to Allen, doesn't that switch over to Dartmouth though?
Eventually,
yes. So
once you go into Dartmouth, right?
So that would be
past the cemetery.
That would be Dartmouth's
priority.
But
Dartmouth's doing a great job with their roads.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, and you could see, and in fact, in back of Shaw's.
They retied
on Lexington. You can see where Dartmouth and New Bedford split.
Yeah, they retied Slocum Road near Stang. Yeah, and I saw that the other day.
Very efficiently, very quickly, and did a nice job. That's what I mean. These cities and towns are starving for funding. But then you had the mayor. Didn't he steer $2.5 million toward a robotics company or something on Purchase Street? And that was more than the budget cuts. And he didn't even want the New Bedford Light to get the information on it. He tried to hide from it. They eventually got their way. It was good work by the Light to get that information. There's another $1.5 million to the immigration building on Acushnet Ave. $1.5 million. That's what he's arguing over this money. Well, and you get to throw it at things you like. These guys are trying to find cuts to be responsible. I'm going to side with the city council on this one. And again, we're looking at a police department that's going on approaching 800 days without a contract. Right? It's ridiculous. But
and they're out there every day, Ken.
Yeah, without a contract.
Yep.
You wonder if he wins the next one. It depends on who comes up, I guess. If he runs again for mayor, I think he's going to stay in politics. I don't know.
It'd be next year, right?
Yeah. The 4 years is up next year. Who would run? I'll say. I
don't know.
Potentials. Ian Abreu comes to mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential candidates out there, Ken.
I don't think Brian Gomes is going to try again. Ian Abreu, I don't think Scott Lang is interested. Tony Cabral, I'm not sure. He was interested before. I don't know if he maybe sees enough problems to challenge Mitchell at this point. But I don't think there's a long list of people that will beat him. He hasn't been absolutely terrible, right? He hasn't. He's been, he's a smart guy. Several issues, but is it enough? Is it enough? I don't think so. But we don't even know what his plans are.
Yeah, we don't know what his plans are. We don't know if he's going to run for re-election, Ken.
I suspect he's looking at Keating's seat. Keating has announced he's not going to be there much longer. And, Andrea Campbell moved down here. Karen Polito. So I think some people are eyeballing Keating's soon-to-be open seat, and I think Mitchell might be on that list.
Yeah, there was a lot.
I'd rather see him than Andrea Campbell.
Yeah, I'd rather see that too.
God, I mean, she's done a terrible job as AG.
Yeah, she should have came out to support the audit, Ken.
Well, if she is running for a higher office, she's going to need these same Democrats on Beacon Hill to help her. So
that's right.
Did she do what was best for her or what was best for the state? 72% of the governed say we want Beacon Hill audited, and she helped to block it. She has defied the will of the governed, and this is a state that has a ton of liberals on the streets saying no kings, and they're being dictated to. The rule of law does not apply here in Massachusetts because it is a state of hypocrisy and irony. 508-996-0500. Who wins the World Cup, Ryan?
If I had to guess right now,
What's that making you do?
It's gonna be. I think it's a toss up between Brazil and Spain.
I want to say France.
Yeah, they look good. Yes, that game was yesterday, right?
Ranked number 1.
The one at Gillette.
Yeah, against
Norway, but
who has a great player.
But they sat them. I think.
Did they?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're already into round of 32. So
why would they sit them against France?
I don't know. I don't know why.
I didn't know that.
I don't know why USA sat some of their starters.
Against Turkey?
Yes.
Is that what we're saying now, Turkey?
Yep.
Come on. When did this vowel happen? And now it's not Kiev, it's Kiev. Chicken Kiev.
But Ken, I know you're not a soccer fan.
Yeah, well,
You've been enjoying it.
a little bit more. I haven't really watched a lot, but honestly, it's been fun to watch the international community come to the United States, enjoy the United States, and they've been great ambassadors for their countries.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, the Iraqi people have been wonderful. The Moroccan people, the Scots, the Brits, Norwegians, everybody who's been Ghana. Ghana's a good team.
Yeah, they beat. They tied 0-0 against England.
Yeah.
My brother.
That's a dark horse.
My older brother went to the game.
Did he?
On, I think it was Tuesday. England and Ghana.
Yeah. Again, I'm just happy for the representation. There's been no problems, right? Well, 3 million people. I think there was one public urination charge against the Scotsman.
Yeah, but if you look at it, Ken, these fans that come here for the World Cup to cheer on their teams.
Yeah.
After the games, if you look at it, they're cleaning up the stadiums. They're cleaning like their section.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
The Japanese bring their own trash bags. Boy, could we learn from them.
And I think there was one game in the New York, New Jersey stadium.
Yeah.
I think it was Japan, Ken. They cleaned the whole stadium, and Jameis Winston helped out.
Yeah, I do remember that. Well, I mean, having gone to Europe as I have, the streets, the cities are much cleaner. There's not debris. I would say Naples, Italy, being the exception. That was they're overrun with problems with migrants and homelessness as a result. But it is embarrassing how bad Naples is. But Rome kind of has that problem. But any big city is going to have its problems. But it is way, way cleaner
than USA.
Yeah, we just don't care, I guess. But anyway, I think my pick is going to be France.
Yeah, if you
who do you like? Spain and who else?
Brazil.
Spain and Brazil.
But you can't count
Argentina.
Can't count out Argentina.
Defending champs.
Portugal looks
Germany.
Iffy.
Portugal would be a decent dark horse, I guess. I don't expect them to, from what I'm reading now. Of course, I have very limited knowledge, but I am relying on other people. So, Germany, Spain, Argentina. My dark horse would be Ghana, and I think my front runner is going to be France.
Ken, if you're a fan, say of soccer in general, if you don't watch it, if there's a World Cup,
okay,
I watch it. I watch the English Premier League.
I know you do. You keep an eye on, but you keep an eye on a lot of sports, Ryan. People listening know that you are very well versed on a number of sports.
One team I'm happy for, if you're a fan of soccer in general, is Cape Verde, Ken.
Who's your second favorite pair in pickleball twosomes?
That's you. I don't follow
Just
that.
asking. Okay, no, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
You gotta feel happy for Cape Verde.
I mentioned it. They should be very proud.
They made it into the round of 32.
First time in the World Cup, and they shined.
Yeah.
Right? Great goaltending, great defense.
They went toe to toe with a good Spain team.
From what I'm reading, they were very well coached, very disciplined, and playing better athletes didn't stop them from being very competitive. So, yeah, again, I'm happy for them. Wasn't so happy in Brockton after the World Cup results. So I think 4 shootings in Brockton.
Yeah, but we got a big Cape Verdean
down here
community in the city.
Slightly bigger in Brockton, but we have a big one here.
Yeah, in the city of New Bedford. Mm-hmm. And you got to feel happy for them.
Yeah, no, I think they should have a lot of pride in what they've accomplished. Are they eliminated?
No,
right.
They made it into the round of 32.
Yeah. So it's a very tough road ahead, right? But they are still in it
because I think they tied yesterday against somebody, and I totally forgot who it was.
Their biggest accomplishment, obviously, tying Spain in a shutout. That's what got them here.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they weren't supposed to give Spain a go.
No, Spain was supposed to kill him, Ken.
Yeah.
Not literally, but in a sports world.
Yeah, I know that. It's a sporting term. I think people feel comfortable that you're not talking about like a candlestick in the billiards room or anything.
But
so, 508-996-0500. Let's take a quick commercial break as it is sneaking up on us, and we'll come right back. You're listening to Ryan Dixon on the Ken Pittman Show.
We are New Bedford's news talk station, WBSM.
Today on the pod, we're talking to Joan, a method actor and Scratchers enthusiast. So, Joan, what do you like about playing Scratchers?
Well, as a method actor, it's about becoming the ticket. Scratching up, down, stage left, stage right.
So what's your motivation? Because your performance feels so real.
Oh, I was just tapping into my inner Scratchers.
Incredible.
Yes. Bravo me.
Scratchers from the California Lottery. A little play can make your day. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 years or older to purchase player claim.
We are New Bedford's news talk station, WBSM.
Statistics show roughly 20 veterans die by suicide every single day. And every day, more than 1,000 dogs are euthanized.
After the Navy, I became a recluse.
I felt like I was still in combat mode.
I felt lost and confused.
For 15 years, Canines for Warriors has been the nation's leading nonprofit organization, providing service dogs for veterans battling PTSD and other invisible wounds of war.
Thanks to my service dog, Lady Cameo, I got my life back.
I'm able to get out of bed in the morning.
Be excited, happy about today.
More than 1,200 veteran lives saved. More than 2,500 dogs rescued. Families made whole again. Canines for Warriors is more than a service dog program. It's a promise that no veteran should ever walk alone. To learn more, visit caninesforwarriors.org. Canines for Warriors, saving veterans, rescuing dogs, restoring families.
All right, we're back. So what did you think, Rye? Brockton's own AJ DeBansa, number 1 in the NBA draft. And they actually had a live draft streaming at the Davis School in Brockton, in the south side of Brockton, for the kids to watch the draft. And sure enough, he was announced number 1. Very, very proud city, once again.
Yeah. If you look at it, Ken, the Washington now is trying to get a big 3 there, because you got him now. Mm-hmm. You have Trae Young there.
Yeah.
You have I think Anthony Davis is still there.
They should come close to the playoffs if the bouncer is everything they think he is. I mean, number 1 in the draft is a lot of expectations. He's young. I want to see that kid that they took that Utah took at number 2, Ken Peterson. What's his name? Didn't go from Duke, number 2.
I don't know.
Booker.
I thought the guy from Kansas went number 2 to the Jazz.
Okay,
I could be wrong though.
Huh. The Celtics got somebody at 27 who I guess can't shoot. good athlete who can't shoot.
He's from the University of Houston, isn't he?
What do we need him for?
No, he. I've never seen that kid play, but I could be wrong. I think he's like a lengthy 3. He's good defensively.
I guess he moves really well.
He's only 19.
Yeah,
remember that.
Yeah, some real holes in his story about shooting and choicing, but I guess you can coach him up, right? Who would you rather see protected as a Celtic? Brown or Tatum? Brown's a year younger, doesn't have the surgical history.
No, Tatum's younger.
No.
Isn't it Tatum?
No, it's.
I thought Brown came in the league before Tatum. I could be wrong on that.
I'm pretty sure Brown's a year younger. Maybe you're right, but they're about the same age. But I think Brown is a year younger. Anyway, we'll confirm that either way. But he doesn't have the history of surgeries.
I'm glad they didn't get Giannis here because he's injury prone.
I'd rather see Brown go, but not by much. I just don't think we need two of the same kind of player. Brown drives to the hoop a little more, and he gets stripped more than Brad Pitt if he was in a Turkish prison. Yeah, I just don't. He's never improved on that.
Yeah,
you didn't like that.
He's never improved. He's never improved his
Nobody gets me.
His left hand.
Yeah,
that's the most like I've seen it. It's like you're in the NBA. It's not like. Practice with your left hand, guy.
Bird did it in one season.
He keeps like dribbling off his feet.
No, he's not as coordinated as he thinks he is when it comes to people. Just take that ball from him. It drives me nuts. He hasn't improved on that. And that's coaching. I'm sorry, but I got to put that on the coach too. If your player's having a problem and you don't improve on it and you don't make him work on it, that's on you. 508-996-0500. Tatum's the same. I mean, he's a better scorer, but.
Yeah, he's a better scorer. I think he's better defensively, Ken.
When he wants to play defense, he plays defense well. Doesn't always show up. But they still need a big guy. They still need a real big guy in the middle. They didn't address that.
Yeah, they didn't address that in the draft. I thought they were going to go after the guy from North Carolina. I forgot where he went though.
And the Bruins just did a big trade.
Yeah, they
traded this year's first and 28th first for a power forward, 6th best power forward. I mean,
a wing.
In the NHL. He's only 24 years old. That's a good move.
Yeah, he only the guy he got traded from Buffalo to the team he was on last year. Now he goes to another. This is 3 teams in a year, Ken.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think the Bruins will commit to him.
You give Pasternak another a scorer because that
can't all be on him.
No, the guy that they just got, he's a scorer too.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a good sign. Bruins going in the right direction. Red Sox are so bad. The local media is now going to start covering Cape Cod League.
Yeah, but
it's true. Did you see? So Adrian Beltre's son's going to be playing for Orleans on the Cape. I watched an interview with him this morning. What a sharp kid. I'm just so impressed with this young man.
Where's he going to college, Ken?
I think San Diego State.
Because he has to be in a college to play in that.
Very intelligent, just well-grounded, very comfortable on media. Just again, at such a young age, he's a very focused, impressive young man. I hope he does well. It looks like he's a good player. I mean, just looking at his stats and what they were saying about him. Of course, his father's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and if you touch his father's head, you better start running.
Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. But I mean, the Cape for baseball purists who don't know, I mean, going to a Cape Cod league, you're seeing future MLB stars.
Yes,
it's a very impressive league. Most of the major baseball scouts are on Cape Cod during the summer. It's the best baseball league in the country during the summer, and it's really, really good baseball. And it's an hour away, half an hour away.
Yeah, but if you looked at it, we just like going back a couple of years, the city of New Bedford had a baseball team here too.
Yeah,
I saw, because I worked for him for a couple of years. I saw John Farrell's son come through New Bedford. I saw Rocco Baldelli's brother play in the city.
Some local talent too.
Yeah. Jared Schuster played 1 year for us.
Of course, he was the first round draft choice of the Braves in 2020 during the pandemic when they only had 5 rounds. So the Braves, who had the best pitching staff in baseball at that time, invested in Jared Schuster. Now, last I knew, he was
with the White Sox.
White Sox, and I'm not sure where he is at the moment. But he got there.
Yeah, he got to the show.
Got a $2 million contract to sign. I watched that kid develop down in the south end of New Bedford, the South End League.
Yeah, you coached him.
Yeah. Great family. Was friends with his grandparents, his parents, and he's just a good kid, But he was no nonsense. And a lot of the guys, a little older than him, even would be more, kind of joking, relaxed in the dugout. This kid was just nothing but intense, focused the whole time. Pedal to the metal. 508-996-0500. We'll open the lines and take your calls. Big problems in the Democratic Party we talked about earlier, the socialists, who have not yet declared communists. But come on. They are taking over a lot of the New York races. The lead prosecutor in the Trump impeachment, Goldman, boom, gone. See ya. And I think they're scared. I think the Democratic, James Carville has said he's done. This is a guy who's been one of the lead voices in the Democratic Party for too long. But he's disgusted, and there's going to be a big problem going forward. There's 2 directions the Democratic Party can take. I think they'll make the correction. I hope they do, but this is very concerning when you see some of the things they stand for. These DSA radicals, and they're getting money backing. They're getting the press, and Plattner could be a U.S. senator. That's a scary thing. It's a scary thing up in Maine. So it's not just New York. Minnesota, Massachusetts, New York. Those Chicago always breeds the most radical as well. 508-996-0500. What else we got here? We got Mara Haley is not allowing ICE to come to courthouses, to a number of state buildings to round up illegal immigrants. This, if they have a judiciary warrant, that's different. But most of them are administrative warrants. It's 2 different kind of warrants. And if you don't have a judiciary signed by a judge warrant, you're not gonna be able to go to a court and wait for somebody to come out of a court and grab them for immigration purposes. But federal law trumps state law. I don't know how that's going to go. Just absolutely ridiculous. Gavin Newsom, he's telling Californians don't vote for this billionaire's tax, which surprises some people. But with more information, you'll understand, because he wants a national law, a national billionaire's tax passed, so that people don't flee California. And I don't know how that would fly in terms of where the money goes, because if it's a federal government mandate, maybe the money would go to the federal government, not the state of California. But he's trying to prevent an exodus, which is what we're seeing. All kinds of money is leaving these blue states, going to red states.
Yeah, but if you look at it, like Massachusetts has the millionaire's tax, Ken.
Yep, and
that's why the millionaires are leaving Massachusetts.
And it's getting harder to get athletes to come here when they look at the salaries they're being offered, and they look at other teams that are offering them. Sometimes, even if they're getting slightly more here, it's going to amount to less because of this tax. That's not the biggest problem, right? I'm not saying that's a make or break if you're looking at the economy, whether or not an athlete gets signed. But it's just a symbol. Belichick said it was a problem once it passed. Well, he does that. He was doing the negotiating for the Patriots on a number of these contracts, so he's not lying. 508-996-0500. It is 10:35 here, increasingly warming day, a beautiful day, not a cloud in the sky that I can see. And hope you're outside enjoying it while you're listening to us on your radio or earpods or whatever in your car. And you can also hear us on 99.5 FM. If you're in the greater New Bedford area, it's a better signal. Although not a lot of music being played with corporate restrictions now, which makes it a lot less fun. So maybe you could hum us a song when I go to commercial break.
No, that's you, Ken.
That's me? All right. Oh, there I am. What do you now? You're
the musical guy, so.
Well, yeah. Oh, by the way, so we're going to be doing a podcast on. It's called The Yellow Room. The guy has 1 million followers, and I think Paul Stanley from Kiss is actually going to be there when we do this August 1st. We're going to be live streaming and do six Van Halen songs. This band I'm involved with, Van Bracken, which includes my son Keith and 2 guys from the former WBSM rock station in Boston. We're just all Van Halen fans, and we just got together, and it's pretty close, if I might say so. I didn't realize when I originally did this, because I do the Bon Jovi stuff, I'm better known for that. But when I went to this practice, I thought Keith was bringing me to a practice with guys his age, kids. I was like, wow, they want to work on Van Halen. I definitely want to support that. I go in there, and these guys are just about my age. They found Keith. He was recommended. And Keith, I have a photo of Keith in my home in a diaper sitting on the floor watching
Van
Halen. And, before he was 4 years old, we were putting pots and pans on the floor so he could play the drums. And, when his mom died, I got him a drum set just before his 5th birthday, and he never left it. We had to keep upgrading the drum kit over the years. He went to Dartmouth, where Tom Ungst saw some extraordinary ability. Tom Ungst took me aside and said, and think about the Dartmouth music program. There's been some fantastic drummers over the years. This is now in the 8th grade. Keith was in the 8th grade, and he said, I just want to tell you that I've never had a drummer as developed as Keith at this age. And you know what, Ryan? I've never paid for one lesson.
Wow.
Yeah. I've never paid for one lesson, and he's a fantastic backup singer as drummer, which is rare. And now, he's on a short list of people competing in a worldwide competition to be the next Skid Row vocalist. So, fingers crossed that they see, his age and his professional attitude and all that, and with a really good voice. I mean, I know the words. He's an actual singer.
The talent too, Ken.
Yeah. So, that's what's happened. But I'm excited about this. Meeting Paul Stanley.
So, Ken, how many bands is Keith in right now?
Like 4 or 5.
He's in your Van Halen one.
Yeah, he's got the 719 with his wife. They do a 2-man act, 2-person act, and they do everything too. They'll do the Eagles. They'll do ELO.
He's in
Taylor Swift.
He's in your Bon Jovi one.
Not often.
Yeah.
He
was often though,
and he's doing the Firstborn Originals band. He's the drum tech for Stryper. He's in the Michael Sweet band. Last year he turned down an opportunity to be Bret Michaels' drum tech for his band. He's going to be playing with Nuno Betancourt in November. He's really, really busy. So I'm happy for him. He should be this busy.
That's a national act, Bret Michaels, Ken.
Well, Nuno Betancourt might be the most important guitar player in the world right now. Him from Extreme. He's playing with Rihanna. He played on the Ozzy Osbourne last show. Did Bark at the Moon while Jake E. Lee was there. He still did Bark at the Moon. And so, his wife's dad is friends with Nuno, and they get introduced, and Nuno's going to have him come up and jam with them next year up in Hudson, Mass. They do this annual Thanksgiving thing. Anyway, so that's the latest with the band stuff. We'll be playing in Hingham. The Bon Jovi band will be playing in Hingham on July 10th at the Hingham Harbor Shipyard launch, which is a big series. There'll be a couple thousand people there for that. I'm still looking for more shows, though. You know what it is? It's tough to. I have a chart of who is where and who's available when, and I have to figure out if I can field a team for this band or that band before I accept any dates. It's gotten complicated. Anyway, some good shows been played. Sammy Hagar's band just came through. I didn't go. I'm sort of embargoing Sammy Hagar because he just doesn't stop talking trash about David Lee Roth and Eddie Van Halen. So he's got I'm not saying he's not talented. He's got a great life, made $1 zillion on the Cabo Wabo vodka and resort and all this stuff. I mean, a former singer for Van Halen after David Lee Roth left. He was in town yesterday or Wednesday and played in Mansfield with, Kenny Aronoff on drums, Michael Anthony on bass, Joe Satriani on guitar, right? Just a killer band. Triumph has just played through here. I don't know if you guys remember the three. That's another great three-piece Rush band. But I think they got 6 or 7 members playing at the same time now. They're doing the old man sheet like everybody else now. And Rick Springfield opened for Sammy Hagar. You know, Jesse's Girl, 70 years old, and he's in unbelievable shape. Like he just looks like, besides the gravity and what it does to our human bodies, I guess he's in great shape. His second biggest song was "I've Done Everything for You, You've Done Nothing for Me." You know that song? That was written by Sammy Hagar. And Rick was in the studio with him 45 years ago and just kind of played along. And Sammy said, "You know what? You do this better than me. Why don't you take it?" Gave him that song. I don't even think he accepted royalties.
Wow.
Yeah, okay. I want to like Sammy Hagar. I just need him to just enjoy his life and stop talking smack about what happened when he was fired from Van Halen. Just get over it. My God. Who do you want to see? You're a country guy, though. Who was some acts you'd like to see?
I want to see Luke Combs, Ken.
Hot hand right now. Is he coming?
He was in Mass last year. I missed that one.
Well, I remember 25 years ago, right? Maybe a little more than that. You couldn't get country acts up here. There was no need. Maybe in Guilford, New Hampshire, but it was almost a flyover area for country acts. Now they're packing Fenway Park, they're packing Gillette and Mansfield. They're very welcome.
Yeah, because the artist that I think started the whole country revolution here, Ken.
Who did Thunder Road? Who's that? What's his name?
Thunder Road, Ken?
Yeah, Thunder. What was his name? Go back early to mid '90s with some of the big stars there.
You had Chesney wouldn't be '90s.
No, well, maybe late '90s. I like him.
He started the country revolution around here, Ken.
A little early in that, they put some rock and pop because a lot of
he was at Gillette.
A lot of the talented rock musicians of the '80s had to abandon it because hair metal and all that stuff was just eviscerated by the grunge. So they ended up going to country acts, and it brought a little more pop to the country sound, and that's I think was good for country.
Yeah.
God, I can't remember his name.
Brooks and Dunn are still playing at their age.
Yeah, but it's not the Kenny Rogers stuff anymore, right? It has got some real rock and roll DNA in the sound today. The production's stepped up, and I'm happy about the direction it took, and I think that's why it's now up in the Northeast. It's more popular. I always loved the lyrics to country western. More virtuous. To me, it seems like they write more about stuff I would agree with. So Kenny Chesney, Brad Paisley, another really good one.
Yeah, Jason Aldean. Luke Bryan.
Yeah, Luke Bryan.
Blake Shelton.
Mm-hmm. He's getting up there.
Yeah, but he's
big.
Yeah, he produces a lot of good hits.
Faith Hill and her husband, Tim McGraw.
Tim McGraw. You could throw throw Kid Rock in there, Ken, because he's doing country. He's doing country now. Some of his
I don't know that that's a genre I would agree with. Country western for Kid Rock. I know he's got a couple of songs that have that twang to it.
Yeah, I consider Kid Rock.
He's not Kid Country.
Rock. No.
Right? Well, look at even David Lee Roth in the 90s was doing country tunes with Travis Tritt. All right. Bon Jovi did a whole country western record.
Oof.
Right? Who Says You Can't Go Home and all that. A really good record, by the way, and really well received by the country and western community. So he crossed over, and that was just so good for him. I mean, as late as 2014, he was the biggest ticket seller in the world as far as the concert tours. And don't know if he'll ever see that again, right? Richie Sambora is not in the band. He's had some vocal surgeries and problems. But he was supposed to be, Bon Jovi was supposed to be touring with Def Leppard this summer. I'm not sure if that's still the case. But that was the plan. I don't know if the surgery or any setbacks changed it. That would have been a good ticket.
You haven't seen that schedule either.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. David Lee Roth is actually touring. And if you're going to see David Lee Roth sing, don't save your money. But if you're a fan of David Lee Roth and you want to just be in front of him, it's a good show. They have world-class backup singers and really good musicians doing all the classic Van Halen and some David Lee Roth originals. But at this point, he's a museum more than a performer. He's not doing splits off of a 16-foot speaker anymore, anything like that. That's for sure. But Triumph, I understand, Triumph sounded fantastic. Def Leppard still sounds great. Tommy Kiefer from Cinderella still sounds fantastic. He's had 4 vocal surgeries.
Yeah, Ken, I like what the Vault's doing. If you're like a fan of like old school music, that they're booking bands like say if the bands have like days that they're playing around here, they'll play.
They'll fit it in.
They'll
I
play
think
in Bedford.
Howie Mallows did a really good job getting these acts in and made the Vault, a very comfortable name for acts to consider. That was thanks to him, and I think Michelle has done a nice job since she's taken it over. It's been seamless, which is not easy to do. And for a small venue, I mean, people should be supporting the Vault for sure. They're bringing some fantastic. I mean, I've seen members of Guns N' Roses in there. We opened for Firehouse in there. Yngwie Malmsteen, a great guitarist, has been through there. They've had, I'm not going to do it justice, but they've had some tremendous big names in there. And that will continue. I'd like to see the Zeitarian do more of that. They had Night Ranger in there, and it did very well with it. But for some reason, they diversify so much. It's a head scratcher.
Yeah, before COVID, they had the three living members of Boyz II Men there.
Oh yeah,
Boyz II Men played at the Z, Ken.
Only what was the other one? Is he with us still?
No, he's dead.
Oh, he died.
Yeah,
that was a very talented band.
There's only 3 of them now.
Fantastic vocals. The harmonizing. I mean, they had few big hits.
Yes.
So that's a good coup for the Z.
Yeah, that was. I think they played there before the renovations, Ken.
I'd like to see come to there. Do you remember Shannon? Let the Music Play. Give Me Tonight. She was a big nightclub. Well, not nightclub. It was. I guess it would be R&B, but it was one of those songs that was just on every dance floor in the 1980s. One of her songs was always being played throughout the world, really. And you never hear about her anymore. I don't know why. She was fantastic. Stuff like that would I think sell. Let's see, 508-996-0500. Love to hear from you. Who else would you like to see come through? I'll ask the audience that as well. We did this a few weeks ago. We had a lot of fun with it. Who are the greatest bands you've never seen that you wished you had when you had the opportunity? I would have said Led Zeppelin, but I was really too young to catch Led Zeppelin when they were touring. before Bonham died. But you had Page and Plant touring for a little bit with Paul Rogers and Page doing some stuff. If you wanted to catch them individually. And then they wouldn't work with John, what's his name? The bassist and keyboard player.
No.
John Paul Jones. They wouldn't work with him for some reason. That fell apart. You don't know Zeppelin.
No.
Who's your favorite rock band? Van Halen, say it.
Aerosmith, Ken.
Yeah, because Ryan and I, when we are in the car together, I always catch him listening to Guns N' Roses. I thought you were going to say Guns N' Roses.
No, that's on my Pandora playlist, Ken.
Yeah, Aerosmith. Well, listen, the Bad Boys of Boston. It's a great choice.
Van Halen's on my playlist, Ken.
Yes,
so
as they should.
AC/DC's on my playlist.
Well, the greatest beach album, right? If you're at the beach and you're just chilling, right? The Van Halen 2.
Ken, you playing in the you playing the Vineyard this year?
Mm-mm. No, there's not, you know what? It's not a great place to catch live music, like mine. The stuff I would do. It's not. There's not a lot of venues that would be suitable, and unfortunately, that's true for the city of Boston. Boston used to be one of the best live music scenes in the country, and it's just not. It's not there anymore. I mean, you got to go out to Brighton or someplace like that, but there's now, like 3,000-4,000 seaters in Fenway Park and at the TD Garden North for national acts. But, if you want to catch a band that's rising, those days are kind of gone. They rise through Spotify and individual efforts, and I wouldn't even know how to do it today. I don't know how these kids,
Ken,
I don't know how they get up there.
They have national acts outside, don't they?
Where?
At the Seaport.
In Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a 7,000-8,000 seater. That's a major, the pavilion there, the Blue Hill Pavilion there. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, that's in Seaport. That's a great venue. I mean, Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony played there not that long ago. They always have good acts there. But for me, like I said, I think the Eagles, Aerosmith, were the biggest regrets not seeing when I had the opportunity. I never saw AC/DC live. That would have been fun.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of bands when I was doing
Gillette
security.
Yeah,
I saw Springsteen twice.
One gives you his money's worth.
Once here, once in Philly.
You saw him in Philly?
Yeah.
What'd you go?
Because we had to do security to help out in Philly.
They didn't have their own?
No, they did. They just didn't have enough. So we took a bus from Gillette to Philly.
We're coming back in a few moments, and we'll go off to the news break after that. You're listening to Ken Pittman.
The WBSM app. On the move. Going everywhere you go in the palm of your hand. Download our free mobile app now in the App Store and Google Play.
This is Manny Resendiz reminding you to jumpstart your mornings with the Retirement Factory, Saturdays at 6 and Sundays at 10 here on 1420 WBSM.
All right. Well, news this week affecting, I think, the region maybe the most could be the Supreme Court's ruling supporting the end to the temporary asylum status provided to Syrians and Haitians. I think Justice Clarence Thomas sums it up best when he wrote, even assuming jurisdiction, the equal protection claim fails for the additional reason that aliens have no equal protection rights against the federal government. This is the only appropriate constitutional interpretation since our founders sought to protect American citizens, not foreign aliens. It's a great point. And I think you'll find almost everybody being a hypocrite at some point because we all have felt at some point American intervention was necessary to protect foreign citizens, right? I mean, whether it was World War II, we tried to stay out of it, but eventually realizing that it would come here anyway. But there are many situations that America has put their military in harm's way for the sake of others, not ourselves. But he's right. The Constitution protects American citizens, not foreign aliens, nor does it have jurisdiction over foreign aliens. And people are upset about this. It's a temporary order. Temporary. Temporary means it comes to an end. And again, if the liberal armies of lawyers that didn't go and teach each and every illegal immigrant coming into our country how to claim asylum, how to explain that you need refugee status, we would be able to determine a lot better who actually is deserving of that. Instead, everyone is claiming it, and it just not only bogs down the courts, it clouds. It's like screaming out wolf, the boy who cried wolf. Eventually, people are going to stop paying attention to it or believing it. That's why the story's out there as a lesson. But yeah, I mean, we wouldn't be in the situation if they didn't get down there and teach people to lie to our government, and they did. Our own governor, when Attorney General, was part of that. Know Your Rights campaign. All the NGOs and lawyers that were south of the border, Central America, South America, teaching organizations how to train every single one planning to cross the border, how to claim asylum. So, share the blame. Be honest. The Supreme Judicial Court, which wants the Democratic Socialists want to abolish it, by the way. I don't see the wisdom in that at all. They want to abolish the border. They're not hiding it anymore. This is their goal. They want to see an end to border. This is globalization, one world governance. You want to surrender your sovereignty as an American to an unknown? And people come in, they put their hand up to uphold the Constitution, and really, as we see, some are planning to tear it up. These are enemies. This is a malignancy that has to be stopped. Not scare tactics. I'm talking to those who value the Constitution, our way of life, and our improving Constitution. We'll be back.
WBSM and W258DR, New Bedford, a Town Square media station.